He's never fought us. Not us united.
Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League is real, it's coming in 2021 on HBO Max, and it will be released as a 4-hour miniseries. Considering the theatrical cut clocked in at a lean 120 minutes, that's a whole lot more film, one that will reflect Snyder's tonal template that began with Man of Steel and continued with Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Here's a look at the most important, and known, differences that the Snyder cut will offer. Look, it might be the least flashy element of the souped-up Snyder cut, but the color of the orange-red sky seen during the theatrical release's end battle will be changed. And the film itself will utilize a 1.66:1 aspect ratio, which is commonly known as European widescreen. This means you'll see more of the top and bottom of the screen. Yes, uber baddie Darkseid, played by Ray Porter, will be part of the movie now. Always intended as the evil lurking behind the scenes, controlling Steppenwolf's assault on Earth, Darkseid will now be featured a few times during the film. First, Diana will see him depicted in an ancient mural, and then it seems the flashback will now show us Darkseid leading the parademons against the Greek gods as his pre-Darkseid version Euxis. It's likely he will appear a few more times in the movie as well, especially in the end after Steppenwolf's defeat. Zack Snyder's Justice League will continue the Nightmare Future storyline that was kicked off in Batman vs Superman but never continued. You know, the one where Batman leads a rebellion in a dystopian wasteland and Superman is an evil herald of Darkseid. Then after Bruce wakes up, Barry contacts him from a different point in time to deliver a warning. How much of the storyline will come to fruition and be resolved in Justice League isn't really known, though Snyder originally had a 5-movie arc plotted out. All we know is that the Snyder cut won't drop this angle stone cold like the theatrical version did, and we'll get this scene featuring a destroyed Justice League and a ravaged Earth. The Snyder cut will feature a score by Tom Holkenborg, aka Junkie XL, who was replaced by Danny Elfman for the theatrical release. This likely also means that Sigrid's opening credits cover of Leonard Cohen's Everybody Knows is gone too, as it was chosen by Whedon.
Everybody knows.
Though, given Snyder's penchant for using Cohen's Hallelujah, maybe the Snyder cut will have Cohen's original version of Everybody Knows.
Everybody knows.
Despite Darkseid being the end-all adversary, Justice League's other villain is the preening precursor, Steppenwolf. He was played by Game of Thrones' Kiran Hines in the movie and looked fairly unremarkable. Last month, Snyder revealed the new design for Steppenwolf, and a differently colored, more heavily armored evildoer was fully realized in the trailer. Because Joss Whedon was changing the end battle of the film and the way Steppenwolf was to be vanquished, he had to set up a very specific concept at the beginning of the story by adding a rooftop scene featuring Batman luring out and capturing a parademon, discovering that the creature tracks and targets fear. In the Snyder cut, reportedly, Batman learns about parademons from Lex Luthor's journal. Also gone from the Snyder cut is the somewhat random Russian family who seemingly live all alone, cut off from all aspects of society in the desolate woods. They were added to give the final battle some additional human citizen stakes and some light strokes of humor.
Dostoevsky.
This is a big one, and it encompasses a lot. Most of Henry Cavill's scenes for Justice League were reshot by Whedon, with his Mission Impossible Fallout moustache digitally removed, as Supes' entire storyline was remolded for a lighter, less grim film. Gone was Superman's black suit, as well as a bunch of major scenes, including Superman's first battle with the Justice League upon being resurrected by the Mother Box, his meeting with Alfred, and a different role in the final battle against Steppenwolf. So get ready for a brand new Back from the Dead Clark. A bunch of extra bits and bobs from Barry Allen's story were also cut from the theatrical version of Justice League, all meant to further flesh him out as a character and make fans understand his story a bit more. His mother's death, his father's wrongful incarceration, and his quest to uncover the truth. Plus, the theatrical version cut out Kiersey Clemons' Iris West, who we saw added back in during the Snyder Cut teaser. People are going to see a lot more of the Flash, Snyder said at Fandome, and get to know more of his emotional arc. Snyder also teased that Flash is going to do something quite extraordinary with his power, though he didn't want to spoil what it was. He's a quantum character, Snyder said. He interacts with time and space. Unsurprisingly, since most of the Justice League characters got shortchanged in the pared-down theatrical release, there's more Aquaman in the Snyder Cut too. Amber Heard and Willem Dafoe both shot scenes for Justice League which would have introduced audiences to Arthur's Atlantean backstory and these characters much sooner than in the Aquaman movie. It probably also solves how he gets his full armor and trident for the final battle. Cyborg is the heart of this movie, Snyder shared at Fandome. Cyborg is the thing in the end that holds the team together in a lot of ways. Most of Cyborg's origin story was cut out of the theatrical version. Originally, we were to see Victor learning to fly, use weapons, hack into other computer networks, etc. Also, his deeper connection to mother boxes was meant to be explored.
You were born of her.
It's reported that a full timeline of the mother boxes right up until Victor's transformation is shown in the Snyder Cut. Silas Stone also dies in Snyder's version of the film, providing Victor with extra motivation going forward. On top of this, there were a ton of star lab scenes cut from the movie, including Silas's co-worker, a scientist named Ryan Choi, aka the Atom. Fans also spotted what is possibly Darkseid's devious right-hand man, Desaad, in the new teaser. Darkseid actor Ray Porter previously confirmed that Peter Guinness voiced Desaad in Snyder's original version. Some of the Lois Lane Martha Kent scenes in Joss Whedon's Justice League were Whedon reshoots. One original Lois Martha scene, however, in Lois's apartment, would have ended with Martha leaving and revealing that she was in fact Martian Manhunter, who had been using the form of Harry Lennox's General Swanwick. Obviously, the theatrical version's third act showdown against Steppenwolf was completely reworked. That Russian family was added, as were Roots attacking our heroes from the ground, and Superman and Batman were kinda marginalized. Steppenwolf himself was originally supposed to be decapitated by Wonder Woman, but the entire conflict in the theatrical cut was reconceived to feature a less violent end for the villain, one that included his own army turning on him.
No! Leave me!
Also, there's a Darkseid scene cut from the end, post-Steppenwolf defeat, and reports say that the closing montage voiceover was done by the late Silas Stone, not Lois Lane.
But the light always returns.
Which makes sense since Cyborg's storyline was supposed to have taken up a much larger part of the film. Though Lex Luthor's role in Justice League was never meant to be a prominent one, Jesse Eisenberg confirmed that he shot scenes that didn't make it into the theatrical version. In the movie, Lex is only seen in a post-credits moment, though that bit was also reshot by Whedon. This means that Legion of Doom teaser was most likely added by Whedon and Warner Brothers and was not part of Snyder's original production.
You better not be wasting my time.
And that's a roundup of all the major differences known so far, though we're sure to find out more between now and the Snyder Cut's release on HBO Max in 2021. For all those details, you're in the right place at IGN.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show. Our Gamescom Awesome Indies Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming. And finally, the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom Now.